Google is going to be punishing you if you hijack the back button.
Command AI.
It's exactly kind of what it says on the tin. Today, we're expanding our spam policies to address a deceptive practice known as back button hijacking, which will become an explicit violation of malicious practices of spam policies, leading to potential spam actions. When a user clicks the back button in the browser, they have a clear expectation. They want to return to the previous page. Back button hijacking breaks this fundamental expectation. It occurs when the site interferes with the user's browser, sorry, I should be zoomed in, and prevents them from using their back button to immediately get back to the page they came from. Instead, users might be sent to pages they never visited, blah, 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 blah. And then I sort of looked at it here. I looked at this video, back button hijacking, where you get taken through to a page or whatever, an advert or something. It's always an advert. And then you try and go back because it's like, all right, how did I get here? And then you just see like rewrites happen, and then you cannot escape, or it just goes back to a page that again says it on here.
Why is this a thing?
It keeps you in the loop. It's advertising.
Yeah, I would expect the browser to handle that. I would expect the browser to have in its memory what was the previous page and force that page to be loaded. I don't know how this is working, but I think maybe it is doing something with cookies or with the...
Not with cookies. It's the history API. And you use it when you're doing... when you're building React applications, you actually write to the history API to track, because React it's just one page, right? You're not actually navigating around. It's just JavaScript flipping around in one page.
Yeah.
And so you write to the history API, which does a couple of things. It obviously writes to that history, but also rewrites the URL and sort of manages all of that sort of stuff. So it's all kind of a fake navigation system. So the consequences of this are, because I was like, okay, so what do you mean? What is this? How can you actually enforce something like this? Is it something that they can only do in Chrome, that they're just not letting you do that, or what? Basically, they're going to punish you by lowering your rankings, which of course plenty of people still very, very much care about. But obviously, you will be flagged, your website will be flagged as spam. And that obviously affects rankings, but also like it's just a bit of a knife in the stomach about if you're going to do this, which makes sense. Like, why would you need to do something like this? There might be legitimate reasons. That's what I was thinking about. Are there legitimate reasons where you might actually want to do this? Maybe I don't like it, but when you trying to think of a website that does this, but once you're logged in, Webflow does this. Once you're logged in, you go to webflow.io and you can't go to Webflow's own homepage anymore. When you're logged in, you have to log out, or you have to go incognito, and then you can go to webflow.io. That's really annoying, but that might be a way that if you wanted that behavior, rewriting the history might be a way to authentically do that. But regardless, it is against what users want. This is why I don't like scroll hijacking, because it's against what I'm trying to do as a user. I want to scroll to a certain point on the page based on my mouse settings. And I've noticed as well in Claude Code and the CLI, which we'll probably be using less of now based on news coming later on, but it scrolls faster than my fingers do on my trackpad. I want to be able to just do that and lock in to the spot that I want. I don't want this added inertia. It frustrates me. It's not very accessible. And again, if you've got motor skills and you can only move a little bit, but you want increased speed or whatever because you can only move a little bit, you want the website to respect that,
Yeah.
Long-winded way of saying it makes sense why the back button hijacking is being punished. This is part of a larger conversation on my show, Command AI, which we stream live every single week. We discuss the news and all things related to AI in the world of design and web. Catch us next week and join in the banter.
Command AI.